So today I'm going to explain about the number phi. Phi is like the other irrational numbers such as pi, e, square root of 2, square root of 3, and etc. However, phi is also unique in its very own ways. Phi is approximately 1.61803 and it keeps on continuing until it reaches infinity without ever repeating. So, what is actually phi? Phi is also a ratio, just like pi. However, pi is the ratio between the circumference of a circle to its diameter. However, phi is the ratio of a line that splits it into two places, A and B, such that A to B is equal to A plus B over A. And then, because A plus B is phi, and this is also phi. However, let's simplify this a little bit. So A plus B over A is equal to A over A plus B over A. A over A is 1, so it is equal to 1 plus B over A. But look, A over B is phi, and B over A is going to be the reciprocal of phi. So it's going to be 1 plus 1 out of phi. Well, that's neat, because phi is equal to 1 plus 1 over phi. It makes it very unique. And it means because phi is also 1 plus 1 over phi, it means that this phi right here means 1 plus 1 over phi. And this phi means 1 plus 1 over phi. And you can keep on continuing this until you reach 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1 over and until you reach infinity. And now, let's see the second unique thing about phi. You can put phi as a Pythagorean theorem in which a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. But if you're dealing with phi, it's going to be phi plus 1 is equal to phi squared. And let's root this up. So it's going to be square root of phi plus 1 is going to be square root of phi squared. So it's going to be square root of phi plus 1 is equal to phi. It means that phi is equal to square root of 1 plus phi. And this phi is equal to square root of 1 plus phi. And this phi is equal to 1, it's going to be equal to square root of 1 plus phi. So it's going to be phi is equal to square root of 1 plus 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 phi. And you can keep on doing this until it reaches infinity. But maybe you're wondering, why do we have to study about phi? Well, phi is actually very important to our society because phi shows up in nature, math, of course. It reaches in our universe. It shows up in the human body. And it shows up in a lot of art, such as Renaissance painting and music. Like, for example, in the universe, you can see this triangle right over here. Like, for example, this is Earth. This is the moon. And if you put these two radius and put them into one line, which are collinear to each other, and you put the other side, which is the radius of the Earth, and you put a line straight into it, it's going to be phi to 1 to square root of phi. Well, that's very neat because it shows up in this thing over here, which is the radius of the moon with the radius of the Earth. It's very cool that it shows up in our universe. And also, if you make a star, you can see that this line over here is A and this line is B. So A to B is equal to phi. And if you see, it means that A plus B over A is equal to phi.